Hi, it's Lisa with Lisa Grace Wigs, and I just wanted to give a little update on basically my last week, which wasn't the best week as far as the way everything went. So basically, I've been having just all these vague symptoms for about a month now, where every week has been just a little bit worse than the week before. As far as symptoms, what I was having was not wanting to eat. I had a significant, very sudden, dramatic weight loss. Still don't feel like eating, even right now. Just feel very shaky, tired, fatigued all the time, very, very fatigued. Having a lot of coughing when I am swallowing foods, not sure why. So basically, I had woken up. We went to Animal Kingdom Lodge and stayed one night. Myself, my husband, and we had Cooper, our diabetes alert service dog, with us. And I really started kind of taking a turn down, even worse so when we were there. Basically, I would put something in my mouth food-wise, and all of a sudden I would have instant stomach pain. Just crazy fatigue would hit me the minute I eat, and that's actually still happening. And then it just really didn't feel good. So the next morning after we stayed, I woke up. I felt okay when I woke up, and then I just got progressively more and more fatigued in the next like 2 or 3 hours. And my husband woke up, and I said, I need to go home. So we packed up the room real quick. Not even quite sure how we made it out of there, because I had Cooper, on me, and Michael had all this stuff with him. It was very difficult, I was just so fatigued. So the whole way home, I just kind of felt worse and worse and worse. Got home and just did not feel good, extremely nauseous. My heart felt like it was just crazy, checked my blood pressure, and I typically have very low blood pressure, like 100/50 is kind of my normal forever. And all of a sudden it spiked up, so I said, I think we need to go in. So we went to an ER. As far as my heart rhythm, it was okay, but I definitely was in sinus tachycardia the whole time I was there. I am a nurse, so hopefully I'm explaining this okay. But I do have type 1 diabetes as well, so just to further kind of complicate everything that's going on as far as symptoms and whatnot. So anyway, they did a CT scan there. I actually was at the ER also 9 days prior to that. They did a CT scan there. At first they were thinking, okay, what's going on? Could it be like a pulmonary embolism? So they ruled that out. The only thing the CT on the multiple occasions have showed, and again, this has only been going on for 3 or 4 weeks, so I've only been going to the doctor for the last 3 weeks, but it's just, it just kind of continues. So anyhow, I do have a 4 millimeter nodule on my left lung, and then I had, what else? A little fatty spot on my liver, nothing big there. And then one of my ovaries had a 35 millimeter cyst, but that can be normal too, as far as I'm 49. That can be like a or an ovulation during perimenopause issue, so that one's nothing too. So anyhow, they looked up on my record and realized that in June they had a wait at a doctor's office on me at my endocrinologist, and it was significantly higher, over, well over 25 pounds higher. So they felt I needed to be admitted at that point. So they transferred me to their hospital. The hospital was amazing. I'm a nurse. I've worked in many hospitals, and I was so impressed with this hospital and the doctors, and just how fast they did everything. So I ended up staying 4 nights. The next day after I got there, they did an EGD for the stomach pain and the weight loss, and they did find a duodenal ulcer, which is beyond the stomach, that close to that first part of intestine, whatnot. It's, the duodenum's connected to the stomach and then connected to your intestines. So, that they thought explained some of the symptoms, and it's funny because even me being a nurse, I thought, oh, it must just be that or something. It's going to get better now. But the doctor said, I don't think so. I don't think all your symptoms are attributed to that. And my symptoms continued. And, I have these episodes where I'm so fatigued. And then, other times I feel a little bit better, right now I'm not feeling very good. I've had, yesterday and today pretty much all day, I just really haven't been feeling good. So then the nurse the next morning came in and I mentioned, I was having palpitations all night and I just don't feel good. She listened to me and then said, you need to be on a telemonitor, which is funny because I asked the doctor when I got to the hospital, shouldn't I be on a telemonitor because I was having all this tachycardia? And he said no. So anyway, they put me back on tele. Then the next day after the EGD, my blood counts dropped quite a bit. So they were concerned about that. So they wanted to keep me overnight, specifically for that and the tachycardia at that point. So the next day, the cardiologist came in and he was amazing. His team, his nurse practitioner is super nice, or his PA, and he wanted an echo and a stress test before leaving the hospital because of the things that I had been explaining that had been going on, which some of it is my pulse is just not coming down. My pulse is racing at times, sometimes just standing, doing nothing, and I'm just sitting in the 120s, which is not normal. And they said my my heart or everything was just all over the place is what they said. It's just everywhere one day. There was like no consistency, there was no normalcy to my heart rate, but everything was sinus rhythm, meaning it's a normal rhythm. It's nothing like, oh my gosh, we need to worry about this right this second. It's just more, why is it so fast? So, I've been wondering for a long time if maybe I have some form of mild POT syndrome just by symptoms that I've had for the last year, as far as dizziness and, when I get up, my heart races more than really what it should, or if just something else is going on. So at this point, the hospitalist thought, well, I'm going to, on a hunch, he tested me for COVID antibodies, IgGs, and a couple of other things. And what's funny is normal is under 50. I came back at 7,665. So he's suspecting that like a severe form of long COVID might be contributing to all of this, but he still feels like something more might be going on. But at this point, I was stable enough, release me from the hospital, everything can be dealt with as outpatient. So Thursday, I do get a cardiac monitor on for 14 days. Hopefully that will give me some answers as far as like the racing heart and, just the tachycardia, really, the fast heart rate. Then, let's see, I have to go to my gynecologist next week for an ultrasound of the uterus, just for, I had an estrogen level that was 535, I guess a week and a half ago. That's considered abnormal, and they just want to make sure, everything's okay there, because I've been having some issues there as well. Then I've got an appointment with my endocrinologist, just to kind of see, explain to her what's going on and see if she has any ideas of any more testing or anything. The possibilities basically is what it sounds like is just severe long COVID wreaking havoc on my body. But I had COVID pneumonia just over 2 years ago, so it's been a long time. And yes, I've never felt right since then, but I've still been very functional, just kind of more fatigued than I ever was before, and the palpitations and racing heart at times and things like that. But it's like 3 or 4 weeks ago, it's like everything just exploded and all my symptoms just went crazy, and then new symptoms have been added each week since. I feel real weak and shaky and off balance, if that makes sense. I don't know. There's just all this really weird stuff going on. I know there's a couple other doctors that the gastroenterologist I have to follow up with and have another scope in 8 weeks to make sure everything's healing okay. And then he wants to do a colonoscopy, which I can't wait for that. So just wanted to kind of give, a little update. And I'm very cloudy, my brain. I'm doing things at times that aren't making sense fully, like looking for things. And, I know where things are in my kitchen. I've lived here for 2 years. I'm the one that put everything away, but going to the wrong drawer and then wondering why the item I'm looking for isn't in it, just kind of, it's like my brain is just not quite working, my whole body. So one of the other possibilities is my type 1 diabetes is evolving as I'm aging. And it could be autonomic nervous system dysfunction just from having, type 1 diabetes, which is a pretty strong possibility, as far as statistically, the number of type 1s that get some type of nervous system dysfunction just as they age. So anyhow, that's it. Just haven't been having the best week, and sorry if I'm a little slow on some of the videos I make this week. I have a lot of things planned. It helps keep my mind off of things, so I enjoy making videos. And yeah, that's it. So have a great week, everyone, and I hope everyone is well and happy.